Hello, my name is Raymond Karchevsky, and I am a living Christ. The fact is, each and every one of you is a potential Christ. It's not so hard once you understand what a Christ is. Basically, it is a simple man or woman of truth who lives in the balance of their subconscious mind, holistic, non-dualistic, creative mind, the right hemisphere of the brain, and the left brain, conscious, dualistic intellect, the satanically ruled, dead, memory-based, fictional, and illusory function of the left brain. Most of you, and near all of you, are unbalanced left brain intellectuals. You take great pride in it. You worship your satanic intellect. When I talk about satanic, I'm referring to a divided schism, split consciousness based in duality, based in opposites, that entertains fictional words and ideas, symbols. You understand that that is the creation of a fictional world when you honor and worship words. The Bible, for example, starts out with the word. That's the satanic step into hell, because it creates a fictional, illusory, functional world. We call it a civilized world, the world of mind control. Now, I have been addressing this issue for the past 25 years, and I have been resisted by intellectuals who have been trained through their schooling since shortly after birth. They're trained by their parents, who are intellectuals, and who pass on their intellectual memories to the child, and that becomes the reality for the child. And then the child is sent to school, to kindergarten, where they begin to manipulate the intellect at a very primal level. And from kindergarten, the first 12 years, is a progressive, more intensive molding of the intellect to certain ideas, illusions that are left in the memory, which is the past time, past tense. It's all intellectual, understand? You're dealing with a fictional reality when you look at the world through the prism of the intellectual mind, the mind of learning. And those who hold authority in that realm gain great power. Professors, politicians, priests. All these people play with your mind. You believe them. You have faith in them. You follow their lead. You let them do your thinking for you. Governments are created on that premise, where they make decisions, life decisions, that only you should make for yourself. Now, if any of you have watched my more than 500 videos over the past couple of decades, you'll note that I'm different than just about everyone that you encounter on the internet. And that's why my writings are not supported. You want proof of that? Go to my YouTube page and look at the number of counter uh, results from a worldwide audience of more than 500 videos. And you'll see them all limited to double-digit numbers, where the vast majority of the numbers are found in the first day of recording and then magically stop. Go to my page and look at all of the videos and the results. Go back as a year and you'll find that this double-digit number applies. Now, prior to that, my videos were in the thousands, multiple thousands. And then when I identified myself as a living Christ, they suddenly diminished to the level of double-digit numbers. Accidental? Not by a long shot. You see, I threaten the entire civilized world with my Christ message. I give you the opportunity to redeem yourselves from your present status of slave, followers, obedient automatons who carry out the dictates of those who control your minds, your masters, the government, the religions. They don't want you to listen to me. If you want proof of that, sample some of my recent videos. Savor the content. And ask yourself, does it make sense that there are only double-digit numbers worldwide who are interested in such information? I bring you the secret of life itself that has allowed contamination of that to control your minds so that you are obedient, non-thinking, emotionally stimulated, robotic thinkers. That's who you are. You call yourself citizens. You allow people who rule you to create crises based on intellectualism, ideas, fictions, and they drain you of your life's energy in the form of money through taxes and tithing. Once they have your energy, they have you under control. What is my purpose in talking to you? By displaying to you what a real living man or truth, or woman of truth, looks and acts like. I have gone to the courts of your fictitious government, who threatened to put me away for 40 years, In 2 trials, I spoke for myself, and when the trumped-up charges resulted in convictions of the person that is based in the birth certification of this living man, but is not this living man, just as you are not your personage listed legally by satanic rule. Yes, your court system is satanic. It's based in dualism, based in conflict. And you can change your status anytime after you've gained your majority, because certainly you could not make decisions at the time of your birth. So they imposed that status on you through your mother, who was manipulated, who was intimidated to sign the contract. When she signed on that birth certification application, she contracted with Satan. She sold her soul. She sold your soul because she already was a slave. But when she signed on your behalf, she created you as a slave as far as the government was concerned. And they have held that status over you ever since. They have reduced you to non-living persons. It's time to end that. Being a person, you can only react because you're dualistic. There is no reaction in non-dualism. When you go beyond your intellect and enter into the silence of the infinite subconscious mind, the mind of God, there you are met with the nature, your true nature of infinite intelligence. You are a manifestation of God. You are God because you are the creator of your life and its standards, and you are solely responsible for those standards. That is what you don't understand. You believe that your government leaders own you because they can punish you if you don't obey them. They can send you to jail. They could kill you. They could send you to war. Human life has no meaning to them because they are a fiction. They're already dead. Yes, government, the government that you know, is a dead institution because it exists only in your conscious intellect. Now, how do you deal with such an impossible situation where your actions are a matter of life and death? You make a decision. You step out of your dualistic mind and you act clearly. And that clarity is not resistance, because evil exists only in the conscious intellect. It does not exist in the subconscious, the non-dualistic mind. So, when you act clearly, the act of intelligence is not that of a slave responding to the orders and resisting the orders of those who control them, which is what happens with just about every one of you who considers yourself to be good citizens, good slaves. The act of intelligence is for you because you have created government You can uncreate it. Now, what I mean by uncreate is boycott. Withdraw your energy. Take back control of your government, which relies upon your taxes and your tithing in religious institutions for their very existence. If they are not serving you, because you are the master of government, you are the government, and they are merely your servants. If your employees, your servants, don't serve you, you fire them. Fire them. You end their employment. Then where is their power? You see, you always have had the power. No question about that. But they rule you with words that confuse you and confound you. And they extricate your energy in the form of money. And that extrication is about to explode because they have overspent to the point where the debt, the artificial, fictional debt that is presumed to belong to you, the people, doesn't really exist in truth. It exists only in fiction. So, boycott government. But the corrupt, criminal people who control government at the present time, the government, the Congress, the Senate, you understand? If they are corrupt, if they have committed crimes, and there's no question if you watch and read the newspapers, the news accounts of all the corruption at the hands of these people, get rid of them and start from scratch. Now, that requires some courage on your part because you must act alone, not with groupthink, because that's how you are controlled to begin with. You are merely a fictional entity, a number, a statistic. You have given up your living status. Return to your living status. Be the master of your life, the God of your life, and fire the criminals that are satanic government employees. That's the solution to all of the problems that mankind faces worldwide, not just here in the United States, but every government is a satanic fiction. Everyone. So, change your withholding agreement with your employer so that none of your deductions, none of your money is sent to the government. So they don't care. Once they have your money, they don't care what you think. They operate on your energy automatically. But if they don't get your money, they once again become your servant and therefore are controllable. That's what must be done. Take back our country. Boycott the present government. Let us start from scratch to create a new government. And we are the intelligence. For the intelligence of man that is controllable by a few people result in the power, the illusory power that rules over hell's inhabitants. Don't give them what they're looking for, and they have no power. You understand? That's my message to you. Oh, you're going to resist it because you're trained to resist it. You're trained to respond to evil. And that holds you in the hell of your confused consciousness. Break through. Stand alone. It takes courage, but I have proven that it can be done. What I have done, you can do also. That makes you a Christ also. Potentially. All you have to do now is make it a reality. Thank you.